Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. A long time ago, in a distant kingdom, there lived a king, a queen, and their little daughter, Princess Snow White. Her skin was as white as snow, her lips as red as blood, and her hair as black as ebony. However, one day, the queen became very ill and died. As the years passed, the king, feeling very lonely, remarried. What no one knew was that the new queen was a cruel, envious, and very vain sorceress. She owned a magic mirror, to which she asked every day, "Mirror, my mirror, is there anyone in the world more beautiful than me? You are the most beautiful of all women, my queen." He replied. But as time passed, Snow White grew up and became more and more beautiful, charming and sweet. Everyone liked her very much, except the queen, as she was afraid that Snow White would become more beautiful than her. After the king died, the queen forced the princess to dress in rags and work on cleaning and tidying the entire castle. Snow White spent her days washing, ironing, and scrubbing, but she didn't complain. She was sweet, polite, and loved by everyone. One day, as usual, the queen asked the mirror, "Mirror, my mirror, is there anyone in the world more beautiful than me?" "Yes, my queen. Snow White is now the most beautiful." The queen was furious, as she wanted to be the most beautiful forever. She immediately sent for her best hunter and ordered him to kill the princess and bring her heart in a box. The next day, he invited the girl for a walk in the forest, but did not kill her. "Princess," he said, "the queen ordered me to kill you, but I can't do it. I saw her grow up and I was always loyal to her father." The queen? "But why?" asked the princess. "Unfortunately, I don't know, but I won't obey the queen this time. Run away, princess, and please don't return to the castle, because she is capable of killing you." Snow White ran through the forest, very scared, crying, with nowhere to go. The hunter killed a gazelle, put its heart in a box and took it to the queen, who was very pleased, thinking that her stepdaughter was dead. It got dark. Snow White wandered through the forest until she found a cabin. She was small and very graceful. It seemed to be inhabited by children, as everything there was small. The house was very messy and dirty, but Snow White washed the dishes and clothes and swept the house. On the top floor of the little house she found 7 beds, one next to the other. The girl was so tired that she gathered up her bed, lay down and slept. The owners of the cabin were 7 little dwarfs who, upon returning home, were scared to see everything tidy and clean. The 7 little men went up the stairs and were greatly astonished to find a beautiful young woman sleeping in their beds. Snow White woke up and told her story to the dwarfs, who soon became fond of her and invited her to live with them. The time has passed. One day, the queen decided to consult her mirror again and discovered that the princess was still alive. She was furious. She made a poisonous potion that she put inside an apple and turned into a ragged old lady. "One bite of this apple will make Snow White sleep forever," said the witch. The next day, the dwarfs went to work and Snow White was left alone. Shortly afterwards, the ragged old woman arrived near the kitchen window. The princess offered her a glass of water and talked to her. "Thank you very much," said the old lady. "Eat an apple." "I insist." At the same moment that she bit into the apple, the princess fell unconscious to the floor. The little dwarfs found Snow White lying down, as if she was sleeping. Furious, they chased the queen disguised as an old woman. They chased her for hours without mercy. Thus, while escaping, and at the height of her madness, she ended up falling into an abyss and died. With nothing to do, the dwarfs then placed Snow White in a beautiful crystal coffin, in a clearing, and then watched night and day, hoping that one day she would wake up. One day, a prince from the neighboring kingdom came to the clearing, and as soon as he saw Snow White he fell in love with her. With the permission of the dwarfs he then approached her, and gave her a respectful kiss, miraculously undoing the witch's spell and waking up the princess. When the girls saw the prince, they fell in love. Snow White then said goodbye to the 7 dwarfs and left with the prince for a distant castle where they got married and lived happily ever after. End.